get on out to headlines across Africa.
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 So today we're going to Chad, Gambia, and Botswana.
So we're starting with?
What should we start with? Well, we can start with Chad, where we read from the Journal du Chad newspaper.
Right.
And the headline says, Ministry of Education brings the date of the end of year exams closer. Even if I were a student, I wouldn't like this.
Yeah. No student is ever prepared for an exam.
No, it's not about being prepared, but the fact that you told us probably 10th and you brought it to the 5th.
Yeah, that's very some way be.
Well, initially scheduled for August, the competitions and exams for the 2020-2021 school year will take place in July 2021. This is a decision of the Ministry of National Education.
All right.
The Minister of National Education and Civic Promotion, Cosmachi Mercy, organized a press briefing on May 31st, that was yesterday, to give the new guidelines for the closure of the current school year. He mentioned, inter alia, the modification of the examination schedule and the discontinuation of classes in some establishments in the city of N'Djamena. Now, the dates and of competitions and exams, which were initially set for August, are brought back to July, the minister suggests. A whole month. Hi.
Guys, double up.
Sorry.
My advice to you people is to double up.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. Well, this change in calendar follows investigations that were carried out with the school administrators at all levels of education. In most schools, more than 70% of the programs are completed.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, he believes, however, that a crisis phenomenon could prevent the achievement of the objectives, and this is the regret of the head of education. For a week today, some schools are closed following a protest strike launched by a departmental official of the Chadian Teachers Union. And to his surprise, the strike is observed in 2 to 3 districts, and it continues the member of the government.
Right. Okay,
we're seeing teachers. I think when I was a student, I'm not supposed to be excited, but I think when I was young, I was quite excited when, teachers went on strike, because it meant that nobody was coming to class to teach that day. And if you hadn't done your homework, well, hooray, nobody's going to ask you for homework. Nobody's going to beat you. But, I was young then, and I wasn't thinking in the right mind. I didn't know the power of education.
I loved it some time when teachers went on strike.
I was happy.
Yeah.
I think one time I was super happy because our class was making noise and the child was about to beat us. And you know what he did? We had this tap in the school and he bought a bunch of canes. So he brought like 2 or 3 teachers to help him because the class was like quite a large number. And they went to put the canes in the pan and opened the tap.
To wet it?
Yeah, you know what they do when they soak the canes in water and it touches you?
It becomes
it's a
extraordinary.
different...
It's like a hyper.
It's
like a hyper cane.
It's a different feeling. My God!
All right.
And he was switching the tap, and then they started making the noise, and then we saw red, and I realized, the whole thing's kate. Come and see us.
Okay. Right. Where are we headed to next?
Well, we should move. Okay, let's go to Botswana, where we read from Mengi. And exciting one. The picture looks like, I just hope they're doing it in the right sense. But the headline says, Yellow Monster Looms Over Mamashia.
Mamashia. Sounds like a planet. But that's not a planet, I know.
No, it's not a planet.
Okay, what is it about?
Well, the Ministry of Land Management, Water and Sanitation Services has come out to absolve itself of a land use mess following a petition by about 100 landowners at Mamashia, calling on the president to intervene. The landowners are praying to the president, Mokwechi Masisi, to preserve their change of land use they claim was granted by the Odi Sab-Land Board. Now, they accuse the Sab-Land Board of having acted unlawfully by granting landowners a change of land use as they do not have the rights. By effect, the landowners dread the yellow monster that could soon be at work at Mamashia to destroy property valued at multi-millions of pula.
Right.
The ministry posits that the land boards and sub-land boards in Botswana are in law independent institutions capable of suing and being sued in their own right. Now, the land boards are created independently through an act of parliament. The ministry only gives strategic and policy direction, while daily operations and decision-making are the preserve of the land boards. So I think the yellow monster they fear happens to be the bulldozer.
Yeah.
The bulldozer is the yellow monster they fear coming to destroy. I think this basically is in line with what we were talking about yesterday. Like, don't build what you're not supposed to build. But I feel sometimes it's not their fault. The people signing. Stop thinking of the money. Stop thinking of the money.
That's the thing. Well, same authorities who will give you permission are the same people who will bulldoze you there. Years to come.
They should just stop thinking of the money. Stop the money and the greed. And direct the pool to the right places.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, in Gambia, we're reading from the Foroyaa newspaper.
Okay.
And the headline says, report outlines obstacles of tobacco control in Gambia.
Wow.
Yesterday happened to be the World
Tobacco Day.
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't really delve deeper in it. But, I mean, everybody knows the health implications of tobacco. So, yeah, you go... I mean, they always say that at the end of the adverts, right?
Well, it's actually drawn on the
pack itself.
You go and buy it. I still don't know why you see a death warrant and still be having it in your hands.
It's just something else. I think the sensation, the feeling.
Which kind of sensation? Huh?
I don't know, but when I see some people smoke, it's like, okay.
When I was young and I used to see the only part that excited me, that it looked cool to me, was when they puffed out the smoke. Some of them had styles in which sometimes it comes in faces and you're like, oh, cool.
I don't know how to do that stuff.
It's like hold some in, release them. But I mean, you grow up and you realize that
it comes out in a circle.
Yeah, in a circle. Something just, like just smoky hanging in the air. But look, that was all childish interest. You grow up and you realize that thing is actually costing you your health. Ain't nobody gonna tell you to sit up and back up.
Well, the same manufacturers tell you to be careful about it. But yeah, what is Gambia saying?
Well, the Gambia Tobacco Industry Mapping Report has indicated that tobacco industry interference remains a critical component that undermines, delays, and subverts tobacco control interventions. The finding also included subversive activities meant to undermine tobacco control efforts in the Gambia over the last few years.
Okay.
A tobacco control committee in the Gambia on 6th of November 2020 established the Tobacco Industry Monitoring Team, TIM. Now, in response to the need to monitor, document, counter, and denounce tobacco industry tactics and strategies, the TIM team, as part of its activities, mapped out the tobacco industry in the Gambia and their respective points of sale. Now, speaking in an interview, Lamin Sonko, the program manager, RAID the Gambia, said the exercise was conducted on 3rd and 4th February 2021, and other findings were done thereafter on the subversive activities of tobacco industry and the development of the report. Look, I don't know. I don't know whether we should still be allowing things that are harming the health of our people into the country. I get this whole, well, it's your life, it's your choice. But look, if the nation is made up of people who are sick and dying and weak, I don't think you're going to see development or growth. We should start thinking.
Well, there are a lot of things that we consume that are not supposed to be consumed, actually, but we still do take them.
I get that, but I'm feeling like in the first place, if it's not available for you to purchase, you wouldn't purchase it.
Yeah, that's another one.
If it's not easy for you to just walk in and grab one off the shelf,
you see, that's the thing. You wouldn't know the benefits that the government is getting from imports, from the importation, or possibly even having the plant here or the company here
at the expense of the health of the people. Who is it helping?
Look.
I mean, the government is making some money. Good, you're making the money. The money for who? For what? The people who you use the money to establish the schools and the things for are falling sick and can't attend the school. What do you do with the school?
Maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe just
I think they should start thinking on the broader level and consider the people as well, because your population contributes to your development.
Right.
Well, that's all we have for headlines across Africa for today.
Okay, the show is Africa Daily on Africa Global Radio. You made mention of population. Now, the population census is going to be coming on soon here in our base.
I don't want to talk about that one, honestly.
Get ready to be counted.
152 million.
Well, I'm not talking about the money. We can talk about that later on. But just get ready to be counted. I'm sure we're more than 38 million now.